Thank you for joining Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you enjoy this class. Don't forget to subscribe.
Welcome to Stretch and Flow. I'm Rashi, for those of you that don't know who I am, and today I'm just going to be doing about a 20 to 25 minute, a fairly short, very grounding, very relaxing flow, which is really good to do at the end of the day. We're just going to do some wind down stretches for the end of the day, but I actually also sometimes do some of this flow in the morning as well, and it's really good to do first thing in the morning just to calm the mind, stretch the body from perhaps a deep sleep, and to start your day right. So as always, take responsibility for your own practice. If it feels good, go into the stretch a bit deeper. If not, then just be gentle and back off. For this flow, you don't necessarily need any props, but if you do have a bolster or a cushion, you might like to use it for a more gentler and more supportive practice, but you don't really need any props, so don't stress if you don't have any, and even just a pillow that you use on your bed is fine as well. So we'll focus a lot on the breath. We'll focus on really slowing down the body and the mind. So the pose is we're not going to be moving fast, and our breath is hopefully going to be a little bit slower, and we're just going to focus on rest, stretch, and nourishment for your body, whether you do this at the beginning of the day, at the end of a long day, or when you need it throughout the day. So let's practice. Come into a seated posture. Shut the eyes down or take a little gaze down in front of you. And just first notice your breath. So perhaps notice if you're breathing deeply or whether you're breathing a little shallow. Notice your mind. Notice if the mind is busy, or if it feels fairly calm, or even if there's just neutrality. Let's take some breaths together. So perhaps let's take 3 breaths, inhaling in through the nostrils. And as you exhale, the exhale be out through the mouth, and you can make it audible, so almost like a big sigh out the mouth. Let's do a couple more like that. Inhaling in through the nostrils, letting go, sigh out the mouth. And one more, breathing in, and let the breath go. And if it feels comfortable for you, keep the lips gently just connecting as you start to do your inhales and exhales out through the nostrils. You might even want to count your breath if that helps focus. Otherwise, let's try not to force anything. And sometimes just slowing down, it can be the most precious gift we can give to ourselves. To just slow down, be grateful, just simply enjoy this life that has been given to us, no matter what's happening. Let's do a few more breaths. Notice the pressure between your sit bones and the mat, or if you're on a bolster, the bolster. Notice any tension in the shoulders and neck, and let the body just lift up gently, as though you're just gently just growing taller through the crown of the head. Just take a couple more breaths here, noticing the quality of mind, whether it's changed to just a minute or so of when you started the practice. Slowing down can just give you time just to clear your mind, to start the day or at the end of a busy day. Sometimes the rest can just simply wait. The eyes are shut, just gently opening the eyes. Bring the right arm up, so just feel that right side of the body extend a little, and then place it over the crown of the head. The left arm just comes up onto the right elbow, and you're just gently just tugging it over to the left side. Just feeling that stretch down the right shoulder, the shoulder blade. Try and keep length in the spine. The sit bones are grounded. Just on each inhale, that subtle lengthening through the spine on the breath in. And as you breathe out, perhaps guiding that right elbow over to the left a little bit more if it feels good to deepen the stretch. Just slow down. Slow your breath. Just create a little more silence within your own soul. One more breath here. So the stretches are going to be nice and slow and gentle. And then release out of the stretch. Inhale, the arms just reach up. As you exhale, just float them down. Let the fingertips just tap the mat. One more like that. Inhale, reaching the arms up. The gaze can follow the palm. And as you exhale, just tapping the hands down. This time the left arm reaches up on the breath in. So feel that stretch down the left side. Bring it over the head to the right. The right palm lands on the left elbow. On the breath in, you're just lengthening first. On the breath out, just guiding the left elbow and arm over to the right. Try not to tense the rest of the body up. Try and keep that breath nice and long, slow and deep. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, perhaps guiding that left elbow to the right a little bit more. Sometimes taking time just to do nothing often brings everything into a greater perspective. One more breath. Releasing out of the stretch. Inhale, both arms reach up. The gaze can follow. As you exhale, just tapping the fingertips down, perhaps peeling the shoulders back a little, creating a little bit of a back bend. One more like that. Inhale, the arms float up. As you exhale, the arms tap down and perhaps peeling the shoulders back and gazing up. This time on the breath in, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, let's take a twist. Left hand in front, right hand behind. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale, perhaps twist and gaze a little more over that right shoulder. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhale to twist a little bit more. Everything comes back round to center. The arms reach up. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, twist over to the other side. Left hand behind you, right hand in front. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhale to twist. One more, breathing in and breathing out. Just keeping everything nice and gentle, nice and slow. Everything comes back round to center. Bring the right arm across the body, round about chest height, and then bring that left arm so that that right arm is just tucked into the left elbow. And then you're just gently guiding it across. So you're feeling a stretch in that right shoulder as you guide that right arm across. And you can keep applying pressure with that left forearm. It's a beautiful stretch for your shoulders, especially if you've been tense during the day or you wake up a little bit with tight shoulders. Keep length through the spine. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. Some of you might even want to shut the eyes down. Let sensation be your guide. Sometimes you're slowing down, turning the gaze inwards. You truly see what's really important to you, what matters most. And then you can let go of the rest. One more breath. And then gently just releasing out of the stretch. Shrug the shoulders up on the breath in. Take a rotation on the breath out. Inhaling and exhaling. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Settle the shoulders on the back, on top of the back. And then this time the left arm reaches across to the right, just at chest height. The right arm comes in. You're hooking the arm into that right elbow and then using that body resistance just to guide the left arm over to the right. So we're not moving the whole body. I'm showing the misalignment. We're keeping tall in the spine and just using that right arm and elbow just to guide the left arm across, feeling that stretch in the left shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, perhaps deepen the stretch. One more breath here. And then gently just releasing out of the stretch. And then shrug the shoulders the other way. So inhaling up. Exhale, perhaps rolling them forward if you rolled them back the first time, or vice versa. Inhale, up to the ears. Exhale to roll them forward. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, just cross the right arm around the left. So like eagle arms, those of you familiar with eagle. If that's too intense for your shoulders, opposite palms to opposite shoulders. On the breath in, reach up, bring the arms over the head. Feel the stretch across the front of the body as well as the shoulders. As you exhale, just tapping the fingertips towards the mat. If they reach, give them a little tap. Inhale, you're reaching all the way up. As you exhale, a little tap. One more. Breathing in to reach up and breathing out, a little tap. Inhale, the arms reach up and just uncross the arms. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, make a pistol grip with the fingertips. Take a breath in, lengthen through the spine. As you breathe out, floating over to the right. Inhale, you're reaching up again. As you exhale, over to the left. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, one more on each side. Take the stretch. Keep grounded with the sit bones. Breathing in to lengthen and breathing out to the other side. Slow down your pace, slow down your breath. Inhale, the arms reach up. As you exhale, cross the arms the other way. For me, it's left under right. For you, if you've done this side, do the other way, or opposite palms to opposite shoulders. On the breath in, you're reaching up and over. On the breath out, you're engaging the core, scooping the belly in as the fingertips just either tap the mat or come towards the mat. Two more like that with your own breath. Breathing in to reach up and over, and breathing out to come down. One more. Inhaling to reach up and over. Exhaling to tap down. Inhale, the arms reach up. And then uncross the arms. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, bring the arms in front of you, engaging the core, scooping the belly in and dropping the gaze, like you're reaching for something in front of you. Inhale to reach up, turn it into a back bend here. And as you exhale, reaching forward. On the breath in, reach the arms up. As you breathe out, drop the palms in front of you and come onto all fours. So you might just want to roll over the ankles, moving mindfully and just moving slowly. There's no rush. You're either starting your day or finishing your day, or you're somewhere in between. Knowing that you've taken the time, so there's no need to rush. There's more to life than simply just increasing the speed. Let's take some cat-cow curls here. Inhaling in, the waist goes back and the gaze goes up. As you exhale, rounding and arching, just taking any tension from the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's do one more. Inhaling in and exhaling out. And then back to a neutral spine. Extend that right leg behind you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, just swing it to the right edge of the mat. Both hands are on the inner edge of that right foot. You can scoot the left knee back, and we're just going to open up the hips, but take it gently, especially if you're doing this at the beginning of the day, where you might be feeling a little bit tender, a little bit stiff. So just making those organic movements. You can roll onto the side of the foot if you like. And for some of you, you may want to come down onto your forearms, or even If you're feeling like you want a gentler practice, use a block or even a bolster to rest over. Just going to be here for a few more breaths. Just noticing your quality of mind. The art of slowing down. It's a sensible approach to perhaps running faster. Slow down and you'll realise how much more productive you can simply be. Know that you're breathing in and know that you're breathing out. One more breath here. This just takes any tension away from the hips. Sometimes we store a lot of stress and angst in this area. So just with your breath and those gentle organic movements, we're just starting to release whatever's been stored. Take one more breath here. If you're on your forearms, just gently come back onto your palms. Walk over to that left side of the mat and then bring the right knee back. Come back onto all fours, perhaps just taking a gentle rock from side to side. You might want to lift one knee up and then the other. When you're ready, the left leg extends behind you, keeping equal weight in your palms. As you exhale, swinging it over to the left edge of the mat, you can scoop the right knee back. And then again, you can either stay on your palms, drop down onto your forearms, or use a block or a bolster. Slow down your breath and then just make those organic movements, what feels good in your body, to release any tension on this side. Slow everything down, be gentle, nice and just easy movement. If you're always racing to the next moment, be curious, what's happening in the moment that you're in? You're missing it, and so many of us rush through life. Take time just to clear your mind, just with simple breath and simple movement, just as we're doing now. One more breath here. And know that throughout the practice, if you feel you want to stay in the posture a little bit longer, then just hit the pause button and you can stay here for as long as you like. One more breath. If you're on your forearms, just come back onto your palms. Walk the hands over to the right side, so much so that you can just gently guide that left knee back. Bring the knees really wide and the soles of the feet together as you drop down into child's pose. So this is a beautiful pose. You can either just rest the head completely on the mat and stretch the arms in front of you, or you can just rest the head on a bolster, a blanket, or a block like I'm doing now if you don't want to come down as low. And this pose just brings beautiful calm. It kicks in your body's natural parasympathetic nervous system. It brings you stability. It's a little stretch of the hips as well as the spine, and it just activates that nervous system to kick in your relaxation response. Let's spend a couple of breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing in and breathing out. And again, feel free to stay here for as long as you like. I'm going to gently just walk my hands back up, bring the knees together, come down so the hips are on the heels. On the breath in, reach the arms up. On the breath out, take an open twist to the right. So left arm in front, right arm behind. So twists are beautiful just for rinsing out the tension of your day. So make your breaths a little bit longer and deeper. Another breath in to lengthen. As you breathe out, twisting, perhaps gazing over the right shoulder. And then everything comes back round to center. The arms reach up, take a breath in. As you breathe out, let's take the twist on the other side. Keep the jaw soft. Just rinse out any worries, any tension from your day. You can gaze over the left shoulder. One more breath here. And then bringing everything back to center. Use your hands to support you. Just come back onto your sit bones. And just bring the soles of the feet together. Just open the hips up a little bit more. You can either stay here, or you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. If you need a support under your back or behind your back, then you can use a block or even pop a bolster there if you feel like it takes a bit of effort to keep upright or up against a wall. Let's just take 3 rounds of breath here. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Another breath in. Letting the breath go. One more. Inhale and exhale. And then gently bring the knees together. Come to the top of the mat if you're not there already. And just lower yourself down. So if you have a block or a pillow or a bolster, then feel free to use this for this next pose. For those of you that are familiar, we're coming into bridge pose. So the feet are roughly hip width apart, the spine and the shoulders are on the mat. And you can just stay here. Sometimes this pose with the knees together and the feet out to the side without any props is just constructive rest. And this is a nice pose to take. If you're wanting a gentle back bend, you can bring a block or a pillow and just lift the hips up. You can place it on whatever height you want. I've got it on the medium size just to open the heart and chest a little bit more. You can place it on the lower or a higher side. And you can do the same if you have a pillow or a folded up blanket. Getting a little flexion of the spine. You're inhaling and you're exhaling. You're breathing in and breathing out. Take one more breath here. And again, stay here longer if this is nourishing. You don't have to move to the next pose. For those of you wanting to do legs up the wall, you can either move your body and pop your legs up the wall to use your wall as a support. If you've got a block or a pillow, you can do the same thing. So I've got my block underneath my sit bones, and you can jiggle it around to find your sweet spot. And then just extend the legs up. Palms can come down by your side. So if you've got a wall or even a chair or a couch, you can do this against that too. And this is beautiful again for the body's natural parasympathetic nervous system, the calming system. It recirculates your blood, relieves tension and promotes calm. So whatever part of the day you're doing it, it's going to bring benefit to you. You're breathing in and you're breathing out. Soften the body. Even some of you might want to just shut the eyes down here. Don't have to be anywhere or do anything. Just simply be present. Taking a couple more rounds of breath here. Inhaling, letting the breath go. Another inhale and an exhale. And then gently bending the knees in towards you, lowering the feet back down. Lifting any props from underneath you for now. Just roll over to one side as you come back into a seated posture, but extend the legs out wide. So this is a really beautiful calming pose as well. And sometimes to make it a little bit easier on the body, having a bolster and again a cushion or a blanket is nice under the knees, just to take any tension off the spine and off the hamstrings and make it into a little bit more of a restorative posture. If you're feeling like you want to make it more active, then just remove the prop that I'm using. So on the breath in, the arms are reaching up, create length first. On the breath out, reach forward. Try not to crush the spine, a nice flat back. You can hold on to the ankles, or if you reach the soles of the feet, go ahead. Take another breath in to lengthen, and as you breathe out, just gently drop the head down. And then just come into your beautiful breath. This is a beautiful pose for stretching the whole of the back, right up the spine, into the neck. It helps relieve stress. It relaxes the whole of the body, relieves any neck tension, and also just gently stretching the hamstrings, the calves, and the hips. If you don't have any props underneath your legs, you might feel that stretch in the calves and the hips and the hamstrings a little bit more. But even if you're making it a more restorative posture, you'll feel a little subtle stretch. Start to slow down. Know that when you slow down in life, everything you're chasing will come around and catch you. So slow down and be intentional. Savor each moment. Drink that breath in. And remember how precious it is to be alive and to love. One more breath here. And then very gently just start to walk the hands up. If you have a pillow or a bolster underneath your legs, you can stay there with it underneath your legs, because we're coming into the final resting pose. So those of you doing it over night time, you might even want to hop into bed and finish the practice in your bed. So gently lie the body down completely flat, either on your mat or wherever you are. And just come into the final resting posture. I'll cue you when it's time to come out. Place a blanket over you, whatever's going to make you comfortable. So Shavasana, it closes the body. It relaxes the mind, the heart and the soul. Reduces any tension. By slowing down your breath, slowing down your mind, it reduces blood pressure and just promotes calm. So stay here for as long as you like. Just for now, perhaps just listen to the music, and I'll cue you when it's time to come out. For now, just rest and know that you're enough.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love among the fields of barley? And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. I never made promises lightly, and there have been some that I've broken, but I swear in the days still left, we'll walk in fields of gold. We'll walk in fields of gold.
as you like, especially if you've hopped into bed. Those of you that perhaps want to come out of your practice, just gently start to wriggle your fingers and your toes, just introducing some gentle movement. Keep that attitude of slowing down, not having to rush. Perhaps bring your knees in for a squeeze and roll over to your preferred side. Let's take a pause there if you're taking this posture. Know that the faster we live, the less emotion is left in the world. The slower we live, the deeper we feel the world around us. So there's wisdom in simply just slowing down, seeing the things that truly matter. Take a deep inhale in through the nose, a big letting go sigh out the mouth. If you're wanting to come up into a seated posture, just make your way there now. If you're choosing to remain lying, just stay where you are. If you're coming to seated, let your sit bones ground you, and then just let the rest of the body gently follow. If you're seated, just inhale the arms all the way up and the breath in. As you breathe out, bring them to your heart space. If you're lying, you may want to place them over your heart space. Notice the next breath enter, notice the next breath leave. Always remember to slow down in life. Live, breathe and learn. Take a look around you whenever you have time. Pick your own pace and your own path. We all need a day to slow down, regroup and recharge. Life is made up of special moments which make it worth living. There are many cherished moments that are missed due to the stress and fast pace of daily living. We must slow down and simply remember how precious it is to be alive and what a gift it is to love. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us for Stretch and Flow with Rashi. We hope you've enjoyed the class. Please subscribe and make sure if you have any questions, please send an email, get in touch some way. Once again, thank you and have a great day.